What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Got a good topic for y'all. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. We'll get started. Alright. I'll give him another minute and we're gonna get started. How about that? Alright. How about we go in? I just went to go see the Queen and Slim movie. You know, it's pretty good. It was a ritualistic movie as well. Big ass ritualistic movie. Now, of course, you got Queen and you got Slim. Now, Queen is a young Oshun and Slim is a young Ogun. Now, what makes this movie powerful is these two deities have come together to show you things, right? To show you something. Now, it started off, they were just on a date. You know, they sort of, you know, it was going, you know, it was a first date, so, you know, first dates can go either way. And for the most part, it was going south. Now, what happened next was they was leaving the diner and he was taking her home. And, you know, they was you know, he asked her did she want to hang out, and she said no. So he took his phone from her because she took it from him. And he swerved a little bit, and the cop, that's what alerted the cop. The cop pulled up, and you know how cops are. They were searching him unnecessarily. Now this is interesting because this cop had already killed somebody for no reason already. So we already dealing with an archonic agent, Smith. You see what I'm saying? That's what these cops represents most of the times, archonic agents. You have those, you know, nothing is what it seems in this movie. So you have those who are archonic agents, and you have those soul beings who are placed in the right position to do a thing as well in this movie. Now, you know, he's searching the cop. He's searching the cop. Really, he didn't need to. If it was a possible DUI, we knew he was crazy when he went to the car and he called it in and told everybody what it was, but he didn't even register them through the computer to check to see if they had any warrants or anything. He didn't even register. He just automatically assumed. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Joanna? He just automatically assumed that they was criminals. So he asked him to check the trunk. So he checked the trunk, and he was like, "Could you hurry up?" Because it was freezing out there, like it was snowing, because they was in Ohio. You see what I'm saying? So we in the Earth Nation. You see what I'm saying? We in the Earth Nation. So you know, we seeing him checking shit, and then he says this, you know, "Could you please hurry up?" And that triggered him. You know, that triggered him. What did you say? And he's like, "Man, it's cold out here. Come on now, shit. Yeah, how long does it take to fucking look through shoes?" You see what I'm saying? Because he just had shoes in his trunk. So the cop, you know, he snapped and took the gun out. And, you know, he was threatening to shoot him. Of course, the girl got out. She was an attorney. And he was like, "What are you doing? Why are you putting the gun on?" You know? So he flips out on her. He shoots her in the leg. You see what I'm saying? And so that's when Slim acted and fucking shoulder tackled him to the ground. And then they wrestled, whatever. He got him off of him and he shot him. You see what I'm saying? Now this is actually happening more in America than you think. This is not the first time in America, you know, just situations where you know, they attack a black woman or harass a black woman, the black man snap and kill her. You see what I'm saying? This has happened on multiple occasions, like up north somewhere, I think New York, New Jersey, one of them. A cop broke into the wrong house looking for a drug dealer, and instead of him leaving, once he found out it was the wrong house, he, you know, decided to harass his woman and started feeling on his woman, and the man snapped and killed him. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a black couple. So this is happening. This is happening more than you think. Y'all are not hearing about it, or if you do hear about it, it's quickly hushed. You see what I'm saying? It's quickly hushed. So let me take this off, y'all. It's getting kind of hot in here. Yeah. So this is happening way more than you think it is. So the movie is actually telling the truth. You know, this is happening all around the country. You know, fucking cops fucking with the ladies and the men are with them, and they snap and kill them. And there's a lot of black men that's doing it. This is a true statement, and this is why they losing their damn minds. You see what I'm saying? So one of the biggest things we need to pay attention to here is the black love aspect. This is something they do not want to see, because black love is melanin love. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Really, because you know, black is just a representative of the yin element, which is the yin principle is the feminine principle, and feminine energy is love energy. You see what I'm saying? The love is nothing but Oshun, or the feminine energy. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Bringing y'all together so that y'all can have this awakening. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Brittany? What's up, Star? So what's up, Diana? So y'all can have, so that this awakening happen, because it's not to the feminine and the masculine energies come together that the force awaken. But see, it didn't awaken right away because they barely knew each other, so they didn't have no chemistry, no bond yet. So it wasn't until he killed the cop, and you know, they got away, and they started driving and riding to their energy unleashed onto the planet. You see what I'm saying? So you know, they ride. They for the most part, they ride on the run, escaping all over the country. So where they head next? They head to the Water Nation, which is New Orleans. You see what I'm saying? The main location for the Water Nation. The Pyramid Code. I keep telling y'all, this shit is real. This Pyramid Code shit is real. I find it interesting they keep going to New Orleans, you know, because Cleveland is a powerful place too. I think that's where they was in Ohio, Cleveland. And you know, that's a powerful location as well. A powerful Earth Nation. You see what I'm saying? So it's not shocking that they went to the Water Nation next. It's automatically Ad Nation because it's a movie. So so there's already three elements there. She go to New Orleans to see her uncle. Now on their way to New Orleans. Now we'll get to that part later. Then she go to New Orleans to see her uncle. Now this is what makes the feminine energy power, this yin yang magic powerful. The more you connect with a person, the more you go into them, the more you deal with both their positive energy and their negative energy and their baggage. You see what I'm saying? So when they got there, you know, she had you know, a situation with the uncle. You see what I'm saying? You know, things happened in their family, and I ain't gonna spoil it too much. And you know, they really didn't have no connection like that, right? So you know, this is nothing new. Now, there's a lot of Jesus symbolism in this movie. A lot of crosses being worn, and this is for a reason. Because the cross represents death, of course, and what is death in the eyes of us? What is death in metaphysics? What does the cross represents in metaphysics or the occult sciences? It represents the physical body, because that's what dies. You see what I'm saying? Your soul is eternal. The Ankh represents life, which is your soul. But they were wearing crosses in these movies, and you seen a lot of Jesus energy, which we already know we dealing with the principle of sacrifice. And we dealing with a living crucifixion story. So we're gonna get to that in a moment. Now, you know, they go see the uncle, and the uncle, you know, he tells them what's what. You know, he was like, if it isn't the Black Bunny and Clyde. And so he provides some shelter until the police come knocking on the door, you know, that he's not getting along with. And, you know, they have to leave again, escape. Next, they head towards Georgia. The car breaks down on their way to Georgia, or in Georgia. And so, you know, they had to go get it fixed. Now, this is where they come across the kid. At this point, they're famous. You see what I'm saying? And the kid, who is known as Junior, you know, young Ogun energy, him is young Ogun. And, you know, he looked up to them. He looked at them as an idol because, you know, he was an aware kid. He was a conscious kid. His daddy was asleep because the mechanic was asleep, because he was like, well, you know, y'all should just took y'all ticket and left. You see what I'm saying? But they was trying to tell him that wasn't the situation. This motherfucker was crazy. But he didn't want to hear that, because, you know, you got those that are so locked in the system, they don't want to see anything past their own lives. You see what I'm saying? So you have those as well. And so, but his kid was conscious. You see what I'm saying? His kid was aware of what the fuck was going on. So he idolized him. And so he met him and they talked. And he idolized him so much so to the next day for the protest, he shot a cop. Like, he just whipped out a gun and popped him in the head. And of course, they killed him next. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, they don't give a fuck about no black kids like that. You see what I'm saying? But, yeah, he shot a cop, and so they shot him. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's one of those situations. You know, he sacrificed himself. You see what I'm saying? Because he inherited their energy. You see what I'm saying? So kids do watch what you do and look up to you. You see what I'm saying? So this is a living crucifixion story, a living Jesus story. You see what I'm saying? So really, they're slowly transitioning into El Cristo Negro and El Cristo Negres, because they are the living Christ at this point. They at this point, in the eyes of the world, unless they get out the fucking country, they're living, walking crucifixion story, because the cops catch them, you know, they're gonna shoot on sight, right? So they continue to drive. You know, they get to the uncle. Her uncle had a networking system. You know, they get to the white. There's a white guy out there in Florida, I think. He was either in Georgia or Florida, one of the two. So they get there, and y'all know, once they knocked on the door, this white woman sitting on the porch. She called the police on her, right? So before they can even get in the house good, she called the police on them. You already know. Now, it's funny. The dialogue in this movie is pretty dope. The white woman said it's a war going on out there. So she said it's a war going on. What's the war? The war is the Arcanic Cabal, this Arcanic Cabal matrix versus the Starseeds. Because these two are pretty much Starseeds. You see what I'm saying? Now, as far as the love aspect, he had his energy, she had her energy, and as you can tell, as the movie goes on, they start trading energy. You see what I'm saying? Exchanging energy. When we first started the movie, she really didn't believe in God. But because she was hanging around him and he did believe in God, because he was the spiritual one, and she was pretty much the alchemist in the group. She went out there, she raised hell on the physical, and she did what the best she could on the physical. So he was the pretty much the spiritualist in the group, and she was the alchemist. You see what I'm saying? And so hanging out with him, that awoke in that faith in her again, and for the first time she prayed. You see what I'm saying? That her when they were saying grace, her spirituality reawoke. You see what I'm saying? And of course, her energy traded into him because he started becoming more fierce. At first in the movie, he was kind of timid, but hanging out with her, he started gaining more and more courage because she had a lot of courage. You see what I'm saying? He started gaining more and more of that. You see what I'm saying? So they was exchanging energies as time went on, and it's funny. The kid killed old buddy while they was having sex, so, it's sex magic, so it was a ritual. They gave him a turquoise car. Now, turquoise is a blend of blue and green, which is heart chakra and throat chakra. So we're dealing with empathy and truth. You see what I'm saying? Empathy and truth. So, you got a lot of colors in here. You're gonna see a lot of white in this movie. Why are you seeing the color of white so much in this movie? He wearing white shoes, she wearing white boots. It was a scene in the movie where he ride a white horse and she pet the white horse. What's up with this white symbol? White represents refined melanin, because black represents source melanin, original melanin. But white represents refined, evolved alchemical melanin. You see what I'm saying? That you took the original energy and created something out of it, and it produced something. That's what the white. That's what the color white represents, the purity of it, and of course, it's a pure creation of something. You see what I'm saying? So that's why white represents purity, because it's the refined product, and a refined product is considered what? A pure product. Of course, pure can also be black as well, because the pureness of something is the origin of something. So that's why yin and yang is usually considered black and white, because they complement each other. The yin and yang energies complement each other. They steadily dancing, and twirling and spinning around to bring more balance to the world and to the universe at large. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got going on here. Now, they meet different people, and this is not only a test for them, but it's a test for the different people that encounters them. You see what I'm saying? And most of the people, shockingly, in this movie actually passed the test, except for one. You always got that one. They always show you that one motherfucker. See what I'm saying? They ran to the uncle while they was at the white military couple house. They passed their test because they didn't snitch on them. So they escaped the house and took their car. Now, they took their car, and a black policeman pulled up the shed, and he let them go. Now, he was wearing the badge number 9955, which equals 19. You see what I'm saying? Which is 10, which means he the completed man, the completed guy, because he was a police officer as well, but they was always talking down to him and treating him like shit, so he let them go. Said, fuck them. You see what I'm saying? He let them go. And so they went on to Florida. Now they in Florida, now we in the Five Nations. Georgia, Florida, they in the Five Nations. So that's all 4 elements. All 5 elements. You see what I'm saying? They always showing you this. You see what I'm saying? These 4 elements in the movies. They of course it's made in Hollywood, so it's air automatically. It's made, and they started off in the Earth Nation, which was Ohio, went to the Water Nation, which was New Orleans, Louisiana, and then they ended up in the Five Nation, which was Miami. You see what I'm saying? So this is mind blowing. But of course, you always got that one. They had a bounty on their head, $250 a piece, which is 500,000. They're 5. They're portal. You see what I'm saying? They open up a portal. They trigger. They're coming together, awoken the force, and it triggered an awakening with the people all over the world. You see what I'm saying? So what happens here? When they get to Miami, the black guy who's driving, because you always got one coon, and coons usually come in 2 major forms. They either They either in love with the system and want political power, or they in love with money and want financial gain. So most of the time, coons come in those two forms. You know, you got a few other, miscellaneous coons who just do it for the hell of it. Do it just because they could. You know, because they in love with this shit too. You know, do it just because they don't want their lives disrupted. They don't want their regular scheduled program disrupted. You see what I'm saying? So you had those too. So he sold them out. You see what I'm saying? Collected his $500,000. And, of course, in Miami, they killed him. You see what I'm saying? Because they was escaping to Cuba, like Assad Shakur. You see what I'm saying? And that's also a fucking message to Assad Shakur. This is what we want to do to you. We want to kill you, woman. You see what I'm saying? Because they are mentioned in the movie. You see what I'm saying? So, now, while they was alive, they was Ogun and Oshun. But when they killed them, they became a symbol. The kid said in the movie, the kid said, if y'all die, it don't matter because y'all will become immortal. You see what I'm saying? Which they did. Everybody started putting up pictures and art and wearing the clothes and used them as inspiration. Started using their energy because when they killed them, they dropped the body and became ancestors, and their force awoke in the whole country. All black people across the country. You see what I'm saying? So you seeing this. And so they became El Cristo Negro and El Cristo Negress, the crucified ones. He and she who was crucified in America. And of course I got my image of it. You see what I'm saying? Got my image here. Here we go. That's too bright. Hold on. There y'all go. Still too bright. Hold on. There we go. That's El Cristo Negro to the right here. And that's El Cristo Negress to the left. And they on the cross. Now, where's this hieroglyph at? Because this is a hieroglyph. This hieroglyph is on the walls of Angkor Wat in Cambodia and Southern Asia. Southern China. You see what I'm saying? And the Khmer, who were one of our good ancestors, you got your good ancestors and bad ancestors. They dedicated a temple called Angkor Wat to us, and it tells a story of futuristic black people who would be locked down, who would eventually rise again and become gods and goddesses. You see what I'm saying? They will rise. And Angkor Wat has like 50 locations representing the 50 states. So they will rise in America. And what were they supposed to do? What are they doing in America? They are fulfilling the prophecy of the resurrection of the dead. You see what I'm saying? Because the divine feminine and the divine masculine. When we said divine feminine and divine masculine, what do we mean? Divine feminine and divine masculine just mean to dive in. Because your masculine, your feminine and masculine energies are inside of you, or dive inside of you. You see what I'm saying? So that's what the divine feminine and divine masculine is. Go within and find that balance inside of you. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you're dealing with. Then you got the dark feminine and the dark masculine. What's the dark feminine and the dark masculine? The melanated feminine and the melanated masculine energies. And what do? When you tap into this, both the melanin and the soul light inside of you, you awaken the force within. And when you awaken your force within, guess what? You and the Creator become as one, and then you upgrade to a living deity on this plane. And then you go out there on your soul journey, or journey of the hero, to do dirt. You see what I'm saying? To do dirt. To do what needs to be done to create change on the planet and in your world. And this will literally cause awakening in the world around you, and lead to ascension of both yourself, your community, and the world. You see what I'm saying? The planet. So this is what's going on here. This is what's going on. So El Cristo Negro and El Cristo Negress, that's who they became. So it was a crucifixion story. And they literally told y'all that literally the black man and black woman are the living Christ. Not no Jesus. No white Jesus, you know, Caesar Borgia, whatever the fuck you want to call him. You know, not no white Jesus. That's a false image. That's a whitewashed image. You the Christ. And what is the Christ? The Christ is melanated in soul. You see what I'm saying? The melanated ones. You see what I'm saying? The ones who will rise again. The dark energy, the melanin energy, the soul light, the soul energy inside of you that's awakening and erupting. But you got to meditate on it, though. You got to go within. That's what we mean by divine. You have to dive inside yourself to find this power, this force, so that you can go and do what needs to be done, like the Jedi and Sith in Star Wars. You see what I'm saying? They had to go meditate. You always see them meditate and learn to tap into this force so they can go and do what they need to do what needs to be done on their soul journeys or journeys of the hero. That's what you're seeing. So that's what happened here. They went on their journey of the hero, had fun, had their trials, tribulations, and struggles until they were killed, you know, sacrificed, crucified, in this movie. Yeah, that's literally what's happening. You're seeing a sacrifice. But it's a sacrifice because they didn't do nothing to this cop. You see what I'm saying? This cop attacked them, and it was self-defense. And, of course, they went on a nationwide manhunt to stop them, and they know that this cop was crooked. They know that this nigga was dangerous. You see what I'm saying? He had already killed another unarmed, innocent black man prior to this. You see what I'm saying? Prior to this event. So, what you're seeing here is... and they did nothing. They did nothing about it. He put his ass back on the street, and he tried to do it again. Got his ass capped. Got his ass shot up. You see what I'm saying? So you know, and so the whole system, the whole Arcanic Matrix came after them. You see what I'm saying? But it caused the awakening in the black community. You see what I'm saying? It awoke everybody. This feminine and masculine energy awoken everybody. You see what I'm saying? And it brought them back to life. El Cristo Negro and El Cristo Negress came to show you, what happens when it all comes together. Your feminine masculine energy comes together, balance out. And when it balances out, literally, it triggers an awakening inside you, and literally the feminine and masculine energies absorb into your true self, your true spirit, your true soul. And that's when you become a fucking monster. Because now you're a living, breathing deity. Living, breathing God. You see what I'm saying? Down here. Doing work. And now you're an unstoppable force. You see what I'm saying? You're an unstoppable force. Because even when they killed them, they force didn't stop. You see what I'm saying? Fucking pictures was put up. You see what I'm saying? Memorials was made. And kids was wearing the shirt. And they got inspired. You see what I'm saying? They was getting inspired by their sacrifice. You see what I'm saying? Their crucifixion. Because that's what it was. This is a crucifixion story. And they showing you what type of world we living in. The Piscean age has been nothing. The whole Jesus story is nothing but literally all about sacrifice. This whole 2,000 year cycle has been about sacrifice. You see what I'm saying? This movie here is that's what it's telling you. It's all about sacrifice. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So there you go. Hope that helps. You help show you what's going on, because they put a lot of crosses in this movie to show you the crucifixion. They were living, they living, breathing Christ. Both of them. So El Cristo Negro and El Cristo Negress. So there you go. And of course you had the young child. You had the young child, the young Christ. You see what I'm saying? Who went out there and just popped the motherfucking cop. See what I'm saying? So they fear the black family because he was a kid. You see what I'm saying? He was a little teenager, I think. He was a little older, but he was old enough to be aware of what the fuck was going on. So yeah, but they tell you they fear the black family because he was the kid. So they killed the kid in this movie, and they killed Queen and Slim in this movie, and the kid was literally named Junior. You see what I'm saying? So they telling you right there, he was Christ Jr. See what I'm saying? He was El Cristo Jr. You see what I'm saying? So cause he was the kid. So that completes the black circuit. the mother, the father, and the child. You see what I'm saying? Although he had a physical daddy, he was their child in spirit and soul. You know, wise woman once told me, just because your mama give birth to you, don't make her your mama. Your grandma might be your mama. You see what I'm saying? Your auntie may be your mama, your true mama. She may just be your portal to get here. But your mama is the one who's going to raise you in this life and show you the way. See what I'm saying? So I always remember that. So they showed you that they literally feel the awakening of the black family. You see what I'm saying? That's why they're working so hard to destroy the black family. See what I'm saying? And that's why they instituted a powerful topic I want to talk about. They instituted gender wars. Oh yeah, let me talk about that shit. That's pure propaganda. 1904, they gave you some lady by the name of Dr. Umoja gave you a book called Revolutionary Black Love. Now I bought the book thinking it was about black love, but it was anything but. It laid the foundation for gender wars. And we said notice I said 1904 now, so this is 100 years. A little bit over 100 years ago. You see what I'm saying? When she wrote this book. And they took those principles of gender wars and instituted it into the black community. They used her principles to destroy the black community. The black family. You see what I'm saying? If y'all don't believe me, go check it out. It's 10 of them. It's 10 of them. 10 principles that produces gender wars. You see what I'm saying? And those 10 principles is what they use to institute what you call gender wars. But gender wars is actually an illusion because black people, the black man and woman, are not fighting in the way that they say they're fighting. How they're fighting when the census for like 2015, 2016, which is not old, even 2017, yeah, I go with 2017 because that's the last one I looked at, said the black marriages, you know, is like at a 93% rate. You see what I'm saying? Only like 4% of black women are married to other races, and 7% of black men are married to other races. So gender wars is an illusion. Gender war implies that if I was to go to a fucking event, all the women would be sitting on one side and all the men would be sitting on one side, and they wouldn't be fucking with each other. It would be pure, unadulterated conflict. That's not the case. You see what I'm saying? In the physical plane. That's not the case. If you go anywhere with a bunch of black people, you best believe the black man and the black woman are intermingling. You see what I'm saying? You best believe that shit that a melanated man and woman are intermingling. So this is what they are scared of. You see what I'm saying? They told you their fears in this movie. That's why it's such a powerful movie, because they told you their fears. They fear the black they fear the black family. They fear the melanated uprising, the melanated awakening, the grand awakening of the melanated people and indigenous people all over the world. They fear this. And most importantly, they fear the force, the melanated force that y'all carry inside of y'all. You see what I'm saying? That's the most important thing that they fear. You see what I'm saying? Because that force, that invisible force that awoken the people to fucking, protest against their attacks. Because if you see the video, you can clearly see that there was in self-defense. He shot this woman for no fucking reason. Matter of fact, there was no reason to pull out his gun. No probable cause. You see what I'm saying? The man didn't even register they fucking, he didn't even register their information in the computer. You see, he just called it in, and then he tried to kill him. You see what I'm saying? Cause you best believe he shot her in the leg, he was gonna kill the black man, then kill her too. Cause he already done it. So he was already an arcanic policeman. You see what I'm saying? So best believe it's a powerful, very powerful movie. You go see it, check it out. See what I'm saying? Just know it's a crucifixion story. You know, El Cristo Negro and El Cristo Negress. And I'm glad they brought it out because they showed you that you are the Christ. Black man and black woman. We are the Christ. You see what I'm saying? We are the Christ here. You see what I'm saying? That's locked down in this arcanic matrix in America. But I'm going to tell y'all a secret. A secret that Bobby Hemming once said. He said, and I quote, "Notice how these motherfuckers go all over the planet and war with everybody else on the planet. But they don't fuck with us like that. They don't war with us like that. Why is that? because that melanated monster lives inside of you, and they refuse, and they are scared of it, and they don't want to awaken it. So that's why for every dark deed that they do, they give you a light deed to balance it out. You see what I'm saying? For every fucked up thing that they do to you, they give you a positive to go with it. They give you something lovely, something light, something lightish to go with it. You see what I'm saying? Something sweet. You know, oh yeah, we killed this man, but guess what? We gonna get y'all. We gonna hook y'all up with this, and that. You see what I'm saying? Our bad. You see what I'm saying? So they gonna always do that because they don't want that melanin monster to awaken inside of you. They don't want those dark, demonic, melanated forces to awaken inside of you. 700. You have 720 fucking trillion demonic forces inside of you, melanated forces inside of you. Combine that with your 720 angelic forces, now you looking at 144 trillion. You see what I'm saying? Of your forces inside of you. That's what they are afraid of. That's what they are scared of. That's why they only, if they kidnap you, if they kidnapping kids and shit, you never see it. You see what I'm saying? They take great pains to make sure you never see that shit. And sometimes they fuck up, you know. Sometimes they fuck up because they're doing it so much now. You know, they trying to get all the organs and minerals and metals and, they using this shit, and they using our energies and rituals right now because all the dark matter in the universe, according to them, is gone because it's inside of you. Like Brother Wisdom, a.k.a. Remnant H, on YouTube said. All the dark matter and dark energy in the universe has absorbed back into you now. You see what I'm saying? All the angelic energy, all the stars in the universe have absorbed back into you now. So there's literally nothing in the universe. It's all back inside of you. You see what I'm saying? All the star power inside of you. All the solar energy back inside of you. All the dark energy back inside of you. And of course, all the force energy is back inside of you. All the magic, all the crystals energy. This is what they're scared of. This is what they're afraid of. And now, with that being said, we're going to move into The Princess and the Frog. Another one. You know, another ritualistic movie. But this one has a positive ending, which is why I wanted to do both. I knew that one was going to be a crucifixion story. So I'm going to balance it out with this one, which is actually, whenever we successful, it's a revolutionary story. Whenever we successful in the movie. So you got Tiana and The Princess and the Frog, and you got Prince Naveen. Now, Tiana was a hard worker. Naveen was he's pretty much, he was rich, so he pretty much just slacked off. You see what I'm saying? He pretty much just slacked off and did whatever the fuck he wanted to do because he was rich. But he had to marry somebody because his parents were about to cut him off. So he was about to marry the white girl in the movie, but I can't remember her name. But the forces, you see what I'm saying, the ancestors said, no, we got a better plan for y'all. You see what I'm saying? We got a better plan for y'all, for both you and her, because y'all need each other to balance out. You see what I'm saying? So Tiana's hard work led her to, Prince Naveen. And Prince Naveen's fuck-ups led him to Tiana. You see what I'm saying? And, it was an old white man, and it was a voodoo priest in the movie. And the voodoo priest, he was the Set archetype in the movie, the main villain. And he transformed them into what? Frogs. Now, this is their animal forms. Who is Tiana? Tiana is Hakit. And they transmuted her into a frog. Who is Prince Naveen? Prince Naveen is Kik. You see, it's an ancient Egyptian god, Kik. And she is the ancient Egyptian goddess, Hakit. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to show you an image of them, too. I'm going to show you an image of them as well. Let me see here. Let me see here. That's Messenger, okay. Facebook, here we go. This is Tiana from the movie The Princess and the Frog. This is her here. And she is a young Hakit, the ancient Egyptian frog goddess. You see what I'm saying? a young Haket. This is her in her animal form, her frog form that they show you in the movie. This is Prince Naveen. You see what I'm saying? This is him. This is the ancient Egyptian god Kik. Little silly image of him. You know, cool little laid back image of him. And this is him in his frog form. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So, now y'all have seen him, at least, or at least I put that on camera so y'all can see it. We can now talk about what this is about. Another story about black love and the yin yang magic. Yin yang magic happens for a reason. You see what I'm saying? This when you get with a woman, when a man and woman get together, it's for a reason. Not only just to produce kids or new heirs, but it's to trigger an awakening in a certain way. Their trials and tribulations together actually works for the planet to heal the planet. You see what I'm saying? And themselves. You see what I'm saying? They also healing themselves as well. So what happens? They get turned into a frog, and because they in New Orleans, of course, the water nation, the capital of the water nation. So they take a journey through the bayou. Now, where's the bayou? The bayou is their heart chakra. You see what I'm saying? They in nature. They meet a ladybug, a lightning bug, you know, I forget his name too. And he represents their soul. Because he was the light inside of them. They meet a talking musical crocodile, who is the ancient Egyptian crocodile god Sobek. You see what I'm saying? You know, he's there to bring the music. You see what I'm saying? Now, why is music so powerful when it comes to black people? Not only are we the musical people, but we're dealing with the muses. Now, there are 9 muses. And the muses in Greek mythology were 9 goddesses who represent the different aspects of creativity and inspiration. So they represented the arts, or what we call today the liberal arts. You see what I'm saying? And what is art? Art is nothing but self-expression. You see what I'm saying? Self-expression of your inner self. That's why Mr. Miyagi said in Karate Kid when Daniel was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm doing it right. When he was cutting the play, he said, if it comes from within you, then it's already right. You see what I'm saying? It's already correct if it came from within you. You see what I'm saying? So this here is no different. This here is no different. So, you know, they doing what they have to do. They going through their heart chakra, you know, to learn their lessons. You know, and they're going to meet another wizard to reverse what the voodoo priest did to them. You see what I'm saying? So this wizard this oracle this time is, you know, she's the old Jedi sage. You see what I'm saying? The old crone. You see what I'm saying? The old crone in this case, but she's really Aset. You see what I'm saying? The great mother, or Heru, whichever one you want to use in this case. So they go to see they go on their adventure to see her. Now I find it funny. The lightning bug is in love with one of the stars. You see what I'm saying? And what is the star? That was his twin flame, his twin soul in the heavens that he hasn't forgot about. You see what I'm saying? That was the feminine aspect of his soul, because he was a lightning bug. Right? Now they traveling through this bayou, learning their lessons, dancing, having fun, enjoying themselves. They exchanging energy. She becoming more fun and enjoyable, you know, because she was just she was a workaholic. And he becoming more serious, you know, and more firm, because, you know, he was just a slack off. So they balancing each other out. Now they get to the oracle, and the oracle tells them that the only way you can get free is through true love. You see what I'm saying? And what is true love? True love is the true melanin awakening inside that's happening between two people when they make that full connection. You see what I'm saying? That full internal connection with each other. That's what love is. That melanated awakening that happens inside of you when you make that full internal connection on all levels with between the two people. You see what I'm saying? Between the two people. So that's what you're seeing when you see love in movies. You seeing that melanated awakening, and from that regenerated bond between them, because they healed each other of what they was lacking. You see what I'm saying? So when both of them healed each other with each other's energy, they healed enough to where their bond triggered this melanated awakening. You see what I'm saying? This melanated force inside of them. And that's what happened. That soul awakening. You see what I'm saying? So they kissed and got married in their heart chakras first. You see what I'm saying? In nature. You see what I'm saying? Once it's funny, they got married there, and then what happened? They got married in the physical through the state to get their physical rewards. You see what I'm saying? She got her restaurant because that's what she was fighting for, and he got his wife. You see what I'm saying? Which the restaurant represented their perfected work, their perfected alchemy, with which they created huge amounts of light and consciousness in this location for the rest of their lives. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're seeing, this alchemy. Between is always the yin and yang magic is all about producing this refined alchemy. And it's either gonna be white or gold. Because gold is soul light. You see what I'm saying? So it's always gonna be you're gonna either see that soul is automatically a soul alchemy. But sometimes they switch between gold and white. For Queen and Slim, they use the color white for the refined alchemy. But for Tiana and Naveen, they use gold. You see what I'm saying? But they always show you this light, this consciousness, but this grand awakening that happens in their area because of the feminine masculine energies came together, balanced out, and awoken the force. You see what I'm saying? Both inside them and around them. Don't think the force not outside of you as well. There's raw force energy outside of you. In the trees, in the atmosphere, in the ground. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? The force is everywhere. Both in, and it flows in, through, and around you. You see what I'm saying? So that's how the force works. And you see what I'm saying? That unified metaphysical field, that unified metaphysical intelligence is always harder at work to bring more balance to you and through you, the universe, because the universe, the universe is inside of you. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on here. Now, it's funny, in the movie, the voodoo priest, he just fucked with his dark magic, but he ain't had no light. And so his own inner darkness destroyed him because he ain't had no balance. You see what I'm saying? That's what happens. What happens when you don't have balance? You usually trip up and fuck up. You see what I'm saying? That situation with him is no different. Of course, he brought people down with him who was in a cahoots with him. The old white man, he got fucked up. And, everybody else who was down with it. So you seeing it in the movie. You seeing this. They enlisted the aid of the original princess in the movie, who Naveen was supposed to marry. But, she always got what she wanted. So when the prince decided to marry her homegirl, because they was Tiana, because they was homegirls, she was like, fuck it, yeah, let her have it. Because she never remember a time in her life where Tiana had everything she needed. She was always without. And she always watched Tiana work her ass off. You see what I'm saying? And she sacrificed so much of her life to get what she wanted. You see what I'm saying? She sacrificed like almost a third of her youth. Because she was working ever since her daddy died. You see what I'm saying? So, and she was working her ass off to create the restaurant. Because her and her dad had the same dream. They always wanted to create this ideal alchemical realm where they would cook and have soul music and enjoy themselves. And so she finally got that dream at the end of the movie, and the alchemy was complete. You see what I'm saying? And it brought huge amounts of light. They showed you in the movie. Lights was coming out the place. Intelligence, rays of light everywhere. Consciousness, booming. Everybody having a good time. Everybody in their highest self. When you go to places and people are having fun in those places, you always notice that your energy begin to rise up. And you rise up into your crown chakra. You and your higher self having a good time now. And so everybody's feeding off each other, and that energy awakens and discharges into the atmosphere and actually helps heal the planet. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, Mother Earth soul feeds off that. You see what I'm saying? Get stronger. So best believe that. So these two movies, one was a crucifixion story with Queen and Slim, of course, had a bad ending. El Cristo Negro and El Cristo Negres, who started off as Ogun and Oshun while they was living. And then you had Haket and Kick and Tiana and Naveen, they came to do their alchemy to, do what needs to be done to produce more light on the planet, more consciousness. You see what I'm saying? The call to help with this, to help in their own way with this grand awakening. That's what you're seeing with these two movies, y'all. And I want to do this dual movie lecture because they were so connected. This yin-yang magic. I wanted to talk about this yin-yang magic. You see what I'm saying? The feminine and the masculine coming together. The dark and the light. The consciousness and the dreaming. You see what I'm saying? So, coming together to create that combustion, that spark, that explosion, or force energy, which people absorb and receive, and it awakens inside of them, and they also go on, which means they also go on to do their work and on their soul journey. You see what I'm saying? So there y'all go. That's pretty much the game there. That's pretty much the game. Any questions? Any questions? Before I get up out of here. What's up, Ashe? Any questions? Any questions before I roll out? Well, all right. If y'all don't have any questions, I'm Marvin Jones. Y'all put the word out. Share this with your friends. Let them know what they're getting into. Let them know what they're watching. Let them know that they're watching visual grimoires, spell books. You see what I'm saying? Let them know what it is. These movies are not being made for no reason. This movie was dropped in Sagittarius for a reason. Sagittarius is, he's an archer, the warrior. So they used the warrior energy to shut down his movie. But really, it was a crucifixion story. You see what I'm saying? If you know what you're looking at, it's just a crucifixion story. Just telling you what we're going through in America. You see what I'm saying? A Christ energy. They're Christ energy. So know what you're watching, know what you're looking at. And with Princess and the Frog, of course, that was pretty much a love story, black love story to its cue, and it show you what happens when we are successful and we are not interrupted in doing our work, our soul journey. Queen and Slim was interrupted because in their movie they couldn't let the energy get free, because if they have gotten free and went to Cuba, then that would have caused an awakening in your mind, because it's all about either keeping that inner deity inside of you sleep, inside of your subconscious mind. You see what I'm saying? It's all about that. That's what it's all about. See what I'm saying? So that's why they turned it into a crucifixion story. You see what I'm saying? So, but with Princess and the Frog, they showed that that's the alternative. What happens when we do fucking get free and ascend to where we're supposed to be? We create nothing but pure, unadulterated soul light, soul consciousness. You see what I'm saying? Soul force onto the planet, and heal the planet with that soul force, that soul energy. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. 2 movies, Black Love, Melanin Love, both doing a certain thing, showing you a certain energy. Both the negative crucifixion energy and the positive ascension revolutionary energy. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, there y'all go. So with that being said, I'm Marvin Jones, and I'm out. Peace. Check out the rest of my lectures. TheMillerNightOrder.com. The Middle Night Order on YouTube. My bad. So yeah, check them out. Peace.